sound right now,
All
and I
right,
say,
you are.
it's
Hello.
Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. It's Real Unfiltered Talk. I'm James Bryant, alongside two-time world champion, the man with the plan, and the beard that says I can, Dion
right.
Hibden. What's up, buddy?
Not too much.
What do you mean, not too much? What a show tonight.
No kidding.
We're going to get to you in just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, in case you guys are wondering, the eye candy's here for a reason. So it's all good.
We got talent.
We got talent.
Finally got somebody who knows how to catch one on the show.
That's right.
That's a great thing about it.
We're cruising. So yeah. First of all, as we always do in the show, how was your week, buddy?
It's been good. I'm doing exactly what I like to do. I fish and I hunt every day.
Yeah, but the catching part,
The catching part sucks.
we'll
Yes.
get that.
And the hunting part's not that great either. I'm doing a lot more hunting than I am shooting, but that's okay. I like doing that.
Right on, right on. So tonight we have a very special guest. We have one of Central Missouri, I think in the Central United States actually, one of the best female anglers in the Central United States right now.
Oh.
Denise Dill. Denise, welcome to the show. How you doing?
Yeah, well, all right.
Have you had enough?
Thank you for the invite.
Have you had enough cocktails to get juiced in for the show yet?
Yes, I'm juiced in.
You juiced in? I normally do bourbon tonight, and I set my. Oh, I found it. Oh, I'm just on Coke Zero, and that's it. So, in case nobody knows about Denise Dill, I did my due diligence. Denise Dill has fished 52 MLF events so far in her career. She has had 2 top 10s, including 1 win. She had 2 top 10s on Grand Lake in 2016, Lake of the Ozarks 215, 1 win. Total career earnings, $5,099. Welcome to the big show.
Thank
But now she has fished the Toyota Series Central Division, the Plains Divisions, the BFLs, the Wild Cards, the Regions 1 and 3, and the Phoenix BFL Lake Ozarks since 2013. So 11 years worth of bass fishing under your belt. No slouch, right?
No,
Most as a co-angler, though, correct?
most is a co. Yes.
But don't let her fool you, guys. She is a professional guide here in Missouri, and she knows what she's doing. So, big deal happened this last weekend, and we're going to rub in a little bit and kind of put a little salt in the wound. You have that opportunity.
No, I'm not going to do that.
On me?
I'm not.
No, I'm just
Oh,
saying.
you can't
He
hurt my
is.
feelings. I'm telling you.
Well, we can try to hurt your feelings. So,
Well, you can try all you want. It ain't gonna work.
so they have this big event. There's a, we have basketball on the show. It's been weeks back, but guest on the show. He has this tournament every week or every year. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
And it's a golf fishing mix over what, 2 or 3 days?
3 days.
3 days. 3 days. And I'm fortunate enough to say both of you competed on both sides of the spectrum. That's pretty nice. So how'd your experience happen there, Dion? How'd it go?
My experience was awesome. I mean, I really enjoyed the whole week, except the 16 hours or so worth of fishing that we had to do. That kind of sucked for me. But no, I had a great time. I mean, it was a good time. It's always a good time. And I'll tell you why. We go there. There's not very many great golfers. So we get to go there and we get to mix it up in 2 different kind of ways there. And I think that's what loosens everybody up. And we know it, everybody that was there, we all know each other. We're around each other mostly every weekend, but that gives us an opportunity to actually get to know each other a little bit, and drink a little bit, go out and eat together, stuff like that. And it's kind of a cool situation for me, doing what I've done my whole life. I'm kind of an outcast, okay? When I show up at these tournaments, I'm not welcome for the most part. And I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. I don't like anybody liking me. Actually, I prefer it that way. But the thing of it is, when you get around these guys I want to get to know everybody, and we don't get that opportunity except during this tournament. And I really, really treasure the 9 years that I've got to do it with everybody, because it allows me to get to know some of these guys better than I normally would, guys, gals. So it's kind of a cool deal for me whether I catch them or not.
I think these anglers think the same thing. They obviously don't like you, but once they
Oh,
get
yeah,
to know
absolutely.
you,
Right.
he's kind of a nice
Yeah,
guy.
yeah,
We've
yeah.
had this
I have no
conversation
idea.
for months now. Everybody thought I was a prick, and it turns out that they were right.
That they are,
Yeah,
that you
so
are.
this is
Yeah.
absolutely who I am. So, it's all, and I'm fine with that. I'm
Yeah.
comfortable in my skin, being a sarcastic butthole.
I
'Cause that's
can't.
how I roll.
I am too.
So
you
how do you
know.
classify yourself, Denise?
Yeah,
So you like in the
not
middle,
that, I don't
like
think.
easy going, like a do the whole thing, or you have like this hidden side where you want to be like
Nah,
that?
I kind of feel like I'm just kind of easy going and just want to, have a good time and catch some fish or,
Alright. So,
yeah.
so what happens is, Denise, when we fish tournaments, when I fish a tournament or Dion fishes a tournament, generally about 20 minutes in the way in phone rings. Like, how'd you do? I'm just, I didn't do so well, but this time Dion probably knows I never called because the live leaderboard came out pretty quick. There was there was no need.
No need.
There was no need to call Dion to see how he did because
Nope.
Yeah.
it didn't lie.
If I'd have done well, I would have called you.
Yeah.
I would have called you. Just to,
I just figured
told you.
my moral support wouldn't help too much.
Normally, your moral support does not help too much.
That's right.
I mean, you're
That's
not
right.
big on.
No, because I'm not sympathetic.
No, you're not.
You know,
not at all.
generally
Yeah.
my phone call is, dude.
You're,
I mean, seriously?
What
What
happened?
happened, right? It's like, did
You're
your
simply-
boat break down? He's like, I wish.
Your sympathy and your father's are a lot like what my dad used to give me.
Right.
Don't embarrass me.
Yeah.
That's
if you do
that's
well,
basically
you're
the way
my
it
best
is.
friend, and if
That's
you fish
right.
bad, I don't
Yeah.
know you.
Don't tell them
And
who you
that's-
work for
Yeah, so I
if
never
you don't
called.
catch them. So
Yeah. So this is called the segue. Okay, as we move
Okay,
into it.
sure.
So, Denise,
Right.
how was your experience at the
Right.
tournament? How'd
Right.
you do? Tell us what happened.
Well, I will tell you that the event, I look forward to the event every year. They've had it 9 years. And
your husband fishes as well.
my husband
Which, by the way,
fishes
Jim
as
Dill,
a
he was last week. So he was on the show last week.
Yes.
So yeah.
He fishes as a pro, and for the last 9 years, I have fished it as a co.
Okay.
And on Tuesday evening, we do, of course, bid on who we would like to fish and golf with. So it's kind of an interesting process there. But we literally have 36 teams in the tournament, and there isn't a pro there that can't. It's a great event. They have 36 pros that are invited to participate, and then from there, it's just a great event how they run it. As far as how I did, I was very, very excited Tuesday evening to be able to bid and get to fish with Michael Harlan.
Gotcha.
And he's a very good fisherman, and he's also a good golfer. So I don't golf, so we had a wonderful day on the water and a great day on the golf course. We ended up on Wednesday. We caught all our fish on top water and had 17 pounds on the first day.
Nice.
I had never been in the boat with Michael, and he had put in his time being on the water. I had fished prior to the tournament. I was spending time with Jim on the water, and so Wednesday, great day, putting baits where you would not. It was incredible.
Gotcha.
And had
We'll
a
get
great
to that.
day.
Remember
Great
that,
day
okay?
on.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing.
So you're back on top water day, right?
Yeah,
So
we're Wednesday
pitching,
top
you were
water.
pitching on top water in a really weird place.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll go
We'll
into that
dive
one here
into
in a
that
little bit
more.
later.
I
So,
gotcha.
Yeah, okay.
And as I mentioned, Michael is a really good golfer. I myself played golf last year at Oak Kinderhook at the event. So I just don't golf a lot. So we ended up getting 14 pounds on Thursday, and so that helped us. Then we moved into first place on Thursday. So, there's a lot of pressure on Friday morning when you just know there's so many people that you're fishing against. That I mean, top-notch people here at the lake that can just in any day turn in a big bag of fish. So
Sure.
we basically ended up going. We stayed in the Glaze kind of area and right outside the Glaze early on Friday, and we only had one fish. And that day it was really sunny. And in fact, Wednesday, Michael said, "You know what? Friday's going to be the better day." And I was like, "We're having a pretty good day today." I'm like, so. Anyways, we ended up going upriver. Not anything past Hurricane Deck, and caught some fish. on a jerk bait,
Okay.
and ended up by
Not
the time
uncommon.
not uncommon,
Yeah.
and so we ended up having about 13 pounds then, and we knew we needed to have a, so
You needed a kicker.
we needed a few kickers, yeah. So we ended up heading then back towards the glaze around 1-ish, and ended up being able to do some calling on our way.
Did you catch recycled fish?
No.
Okay. We'll touch that later. Just
Okay.
asking.
All right.
For those that don't know, that's
And,
going to an area where tournaments have released
no.
fish, and you try to
Yeah.
recatch another fish that have been caught.
Right,
We call
I
them
gotcha.
recycles, but
I
just
gotcha.
checking. You never know.
Part of the day
Yeah.
maybe.
You said, yeah. Okay.
But then we head on and
Not knocking it.
right.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
All
I
right.
gotcha.
I get
And
it.
we were able to cull some, and ended up getting. We were right at around 20 pounds, and so that really, really, really helped us then towards.
Oh yeah. You felt like when you
Yeah.
were there.
We were high fiving and feeling
Yeah.
pretty, yes.
I think when you hit
But
the 20,
again, I'm telling you, the everybody on that was close to us could have, you know, it
Yeah.
was such a great.
Well, I
you
know
know.
I know you really super like were super mega pumped because if you go to Mass and Bob or
Super
any of the
mega pumped.
pages, all you have to do is look at the group photos, and there's like huge big teeth in the middle of the picture. That's Denise, like so
That's me.
her smile is so big. It's like it's all these teeth, man. It's like that's her in the middle. Everybody else is holding trophy. She's in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah, her shoved in the very back. So
Yeah.
not what you did, was it?
So.
Nope.
Nothing like that.
Nope,
You
nothing
pitched a
what I
jig,
did.
didn't you?
I did all the wrong things.
No, I'm not picking on you. I'm just asking. You know, it's just the difference. What I'm doing is for those.
I can explain how bad I did, but
You know,
what
there's a-
would the
but there's a-
purpose in that be?
Well, because there's people all over the country that not necessarily fish Lake of the Ozarks. It's like, in a condition, and we're moving into fall. There were some cooler days. How people approach a lake. You guys approach it with top water, switch up the next day to jerk bait. Wind probably came up a little bit, right? So the adjustments you probably started with. Did you swim baits and jigs?
I fished big the whole time for the
Yeah.
most part. I pitched a little jig around some just to try to catch a fish the first day. But the second day, I caught a 5-pounder the first day within about 10 minutes of starting. I caught one almost 6 the second day, same deal, within 30 minutes of starting. And that probably is what was the kiss of death for me. By 8:30 the last day, the smallest bait I had out was a 3-hook spook. The rest of them were all 6-8 inches long, and swim and paddle and do things that shad are supposed to do. And I, like I say, where I caught the big one the second day was in behind a dock, over 3 cables, on a top water, and so I tried to make that happen the rest of the time, and like Denise was explaining to you, that wasn't easy either.
No.
I mean,
No.
you couldn't catch lots of fish doing that.
When I used to call fish,
The importance of their 13-pound spot is off the chart. To be able to catch 5 doing anything in that tournament was very, very important. And not many guys had figured that out. So
I was gonna say when I used to call weights on the tournament trail, I'd always tell the anglers when they had a bad day, it's like you got to zig and zag, but some days you can only zig. If you zag,
right.
you're just done.
It's there are so many decisions that you have to make, and I'm not sure. Sometimes all that pre-fishing, I'm not sure. You feel like that helps you, and you come up with a game plan, but so much of it is on the water, making decisions, moving your baits. It's the toughest sport out there.
it's
It is.
it's hard. It's hard here, especially with the 36 teams that fished. Out of that 70 plus guys and gals, most of us know what this thing produces. Okay. And this year it's a little bit off. I don't know why it's a little bit off, but it was a little bit off. And, you take somebody like me that, I don't like to struggle.
Sure.
Simple as that.
Who does?
and I don't like to go to the weigh-in with 5 that weighs 9 pounds. That does not enthuse me at all to catch my limit. It doesn't scare me at all to not catch my limit. I would much rather weigh in 2 that weighs 8 pounds as 5 that weighs 8 pounds.
Oh, sure.
And
sure.
and that's
Stick this right in your face.
what I prefer to fish for. And when you come to a lake like Lake of the Ozarks, where I've grown up my whole life. All right, yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna take that chance.
Sure.
I'm gonna fish to win, and try to catch bigger fish, and I'm gonna chase them that way. And
Well, and that's
if I catch them, I catch them. If I don't, it doesn't make any
Right.
difference.
tournaments
I
like
don't
that,
care.
you play to win, and I mean, it doesn't. You're not
Oh,
fishing for 10th.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
No.
So even if you have a bad weekend like you did, doesn't mean you didn't go for it. You know,
Yeah,
you
and
have
like
to.
Yeah,
like you said, two fish for 8 pounds, you feel a whole lot better about that because you were around. It's
I got spoiled at a very young age. My dad was very, very good, so I got to see it happen. and
You're not that big of a slouch either.
no,
so,
I know, but
it's all good.
I enjoy fishing for the right ones. And there's
Right.
lots of days that those big ones will bite you right square in the ass. And like I say, this last week was one of those weeks where a big one made all the difference in the world to your stringer, and like I say, I was excited about it. Every morning I started out pretty excited, catch a big one within the first hour of fishing, so
Well, I got to
But-
rewind it just a little bit because I've got like this nagging visual that I need correction, and only you can
Okay.
explain it to me. Because Dion never does, and I've never been to one of these events, but I kind of want to ask you about the selection process. So I kind of look at it, and I kind of in my mind, I envision all these guys that they line them up on the stage.
that's not it.
But yeah, but you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
you're bidding on buying guys like that. It's like strippers. They're all lined up and they're trying to model, and you got a book, and it's like this is his accolades, and you're flipping through,
Right,
like I'm gonna buy this one because I think he's got
Right.
good genes,
Right.
but no,
it's not
or he's got a great boat, and I'm gonna flip this over. So how does one bid on a guy? And I know it's like it sounds weird, right?
It does.
So it's just
It
like when
does.
people are listening to the show, they're like, wait a minute, you're buying a fisherman? That's it sounds weird.
Uh-huh.
So explain how that process actually works, because I just there is
let's
that gnat.
see.
I think I got him.
Did you get him?
Maybe.
Uh,
yeah,
let's see. I guess that
Why didn't you buy your own husband?
I was.
Fished with him enough?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. It's like, or
I
is he
love
not?
it.
Is he not
I-
worth the money this week? He wasn't on fish. You're like, pass.
No, I
Yeah.
do. The one thing that I will say that I do enjoy anytime that I'm out in the boat with Jim, I'm like a sponge. I try to learn new. He's very good fisherman to be on the water with.
Mhm.
This particular event is, it's just an opportunity. I
You get to
fished.
try something new.
I have, yes, and I have fished many tournaments as a co-angler, and so one thing, you always approach those tournaments as a learning experience, and so I knew I had a list of 15 people out of the 36 that I would fish with,
Uh-huh.
and so I just, with their credentials and knowing know everybody there. So
All right, so they didn't stand up on stage and say,
no, it's
coming
not
up
like
next on
that.
the stage, we
Coming
have
up.
Michael Harlan. He's 5'7", a little portly. He has poor social skills, but he's a
No.
hell of a fisherman.
It is
So let's
not-
start bidding
right.
at $49.95.
Right,
Anybody out
right.
there? No,
So-
not that.
So it's not
Okay,
like
got
that.
it, okay.
So but it was very hard to kind of make a list of who I would want to fish with. So anyways, like, they do the top 12, and what they do is they start the bid, and it goes, I think the top bid was $6,700.
Nice.
And so they stop at that point, so that
Please don't tell
person
me it was
has
worldwide.
the first bid, and then they begin the bid over again, and they do that for the top 12, and then once they get that top 12, then you can say, okay, the person that had the top bid, then they get to pick who they fish
Gotcha.
with. Right.
So it's kind of a solid
You don't
bid.
you don't get to pick your
You
fisherman.
don't get to pick your
You
fisherman.
buy your spot.
You just
until-
buy a
right.
spot, and then they
Right.
assign the angler.
Yeah.
No,
No, they
you
don't
get to pick
assign,
your
you get to
angler.
pick.
Okay.
but you
And-
don't get to pick him when you buy him. You gotta
Gotcha.
wait till it's your turn.
I think you like line them up. Then you'd be like the last one. You're like bumming out. It's like I'm gonna whip everybody's ass because I was the last one to be picked.
Yeah.
You know, that'd be kinda
No,
fun.
you don't want.
That $400, I'll
yeah.
show you. You know.
Nobody wants that.
What'd Jim bring? Jim, what'd you bring? You remember? Yeah.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah.
top
He
12.
was up
Top
there.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm not judging.
I
It's all
got
good.
you. I know. It's all
It's
good.
kind of fun though.
Yeah.
I just-
It
and
is
it-
unfiltered.
I think they
I
should
have to
line. I
remember
think they
it's
should line them
unfiltered.
up. It'd be
The
great.
extra
Make them
'em
wear a
up.
swimsuit.
Yeah.
the extra money that
Speedos.
It'd be awesome.
the
That's
extra
just
money
what's
that
stuck in my mind. You know, it's like we have a two-time world champion over here on our left. He is wearing the casual khakis today, and
That's right.
The casual.
you know, something like that. You know, he's super friendly. He's good to be in the boat.
the
He's very polite. He farts downwind.
the money
You know,
the extra money that they raise goes directly to the payout. too.
That's
Gotcha.
So that's
Yeah.
what makes it nice.
Right. Right.
yeah, that's cool.
Each co-angler pays $1,200 to be in the tournament, so you have that in the pot, and then you also have all the money that they make for the bidding.
Yeah.
So it really
So
makes
kind of
a really
it's
nice
an
payout.
inappropriate question, but how much did you win?
We won 15,000 overall,
Hell
and then
yes.
we won the day. Each day has a 3-day a 3-place payout.
Okay.
And so, since we had the largest weight on the last day, we also got an extra 5,000 for that.
So you 20 grand.
It was
did it?
20 grand.
Nice.
Yeah,
So did you split it straight down?
we split it.
Nice.
Split it.
He didn't take gas money out of it.
No.
I just check. It's like, where's my tip? Nothing like that.
No.
All right. I don't know.
No, but I will tell you, on the water, he gave me a whole lot of tips. It was incredible.
Okay.
To
Yeah,
to
but let's-
fish. I mean, he's 30 years old. He is an excellent fisherman. Very, very great personality, and we had a wonderful time on the water
Not
and also
disputing it at all, but you
golfing.
cannot sell yourself short. You have been a fishing guide in this lake for how many years?
6 years.
Yeah, 6 years as a guide, and you have a very solid client list, and you stay very, very busy.
I-
Yeah. So don't care how good an angler is. I
Thank you.
guarantee you there was I think the term would be you probably meshed very well. You were on the same page. You know, it's not like some random guy wanted to fish with a pro that had no idea what was going on. You probably had the appropriate stuff, and he said, "This is the game plan." You said, "Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking too."
Yeah.
And let's just roll. Yeah, and
Let's roll
that
it.
makes it a whole lot better because it'd be like, "Oh no, I'm just along for the ride," you know. And then like, what's a whopper plopper? You know, it's like, come on, you know.
Yeah.
So let's get into flipping
Yeah.
top water. It's an art, isn't it?
It is.
But
It
so
is.
what kind of buzzbait do you guys use?
We were not throwing a buzzbait. We were throwing either a Chapo or a Whopper Flopper,
Okay.
to be honest.
You know, because in the
And,
past, I know Mike
yeah.
would be pretty good at flipping a buzz toad.
Yes, and
So he
there
liked
would
using that a
be
lot.
there. Yep, it wasn't what we were needing to use at the time. So yeah,
So traditional stuff.
traditional and
Are you a flipper or a pitcher? Or do you cast? You
I'm
pull the
I'm
line
both.
out and flip, or do you
Oh,
like pitch
no.
it with your
I'm,
thumb?
I'm both. Kind of.
Okay.
I do
Amb-
depending
I call
on
it ambiflipperous.
the flipperous.
Ambiflipperous.
Yeah,
Like ambidextrous, but
Oh yeah, I
ambiflipperous.
can't do that, but I will
Okay.
tell you, Michael can.
Okay.
Like woo and this way on the side, and it was amazing
Now,
sometimes.
Lawson
where
is, but
the-
you're a one-hander, right? You do both or
Me?
one?
I'm pretty much left-handed.
yeah,
Are you a passover?
I'm a passover.
Do you cast with your left and pass over your right and reel with your left? Or do you,
Yes,
so you're a
I'm a
passover.
passover.
So you're one of those people that just statistically will miss that first bite because you're
No,
passing the rod
no,
across.
that's not true.
You sure?
I'm sure.
I'm just saying. You know, the guys are true left hand like me. They
That-
just cast and just go, whoo, 12 pounds, bam, got him.
No,
That's
I
right.
don't.
Yeah, it was coming. See,
I don't know.
It had to happen.
it did.
He's got to throw his 12 pounds in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good for 12 anytime. So
Lawson
Yeah.
Lawson drawed Denise twice, 2 times in the
Just one.
just once,
Just once. Yes.
and you know he made the comment that it's damn sure the best co-angler that he's ever fished with in one of these events of any kind. And that means what that means is there is no hassle, you know, about it. You know, she knows what she's doing. She knows how to do it. She asks just the right questions when you need, if she's got any questions at all, it's the right ones. It's not silly. It's not stupid. It's not an obvious, it's a bona fide question, But for the most part, the big key to this is for us to not lose our focus. We can go out there and focus all day long on catching fish. And when you have somebody in a boat with you that knows what the hell they're doing also, that's easy to do. And it makes the day go so much easier. Do I mind helping guys? No, not at all. I don't mind helping anybody that doesn't know something. But, when you're in the boat with somebody for 16 hours and you got to spend about a third of that teaching them how to fish, that makes it hard.
Right.
But I'll tell you what year did you win your event as a co-angler? Do you remember? You don't remember what year it was, but do you remember what your weight was? 17.9. Yeah.
17.
I don't care what kind of you fish out of the back of a boat and you're whacking 17 pounds. That's doing something because you're also competing against a pro. That makes it pretty tough. So yeah, I mean, how's that feel whenever you smoke somebody in the back of the boat?
Well,
That's pretty awesome too, right?
Well, yeah, it was a really fun event, and yeah, what was his name? Crabtree, I think was his name. Yeah,
Who's that? Who?
Reggie.
Reggie Crabtree?
Yeah, just a really. Yeah.
And what lake was it on?
It was the Ozarks.
It's
Oh.
here. Yeah, it's here. That's good.
Yeah.
That's a really good day. And that's not asking questions because they generally don't answer questions on pro-ams. They
Right.
tell you is, don't cast past the
Right.
console of the boat or I'm gonna
Right.
be a dick all day on the water.
Yeah.
So
That's
yeah.
not good.
All right. So
Oh, and
told you-
I have fished with as a co. I have fished, and even this event, I fished with Lawson. I fished with Roger, Justin McCullen. I fished. I've had great events.
have you had
know,
that one giant butthole that you're not going to mention his name?
No,
You didn't have one.
No,
There's always one.
no.
It's a little bit different
Even
with
as
this
a co,
event.
I haven't.
No, I'm just saying
You
in
know.
your career.
No, I
Seriously.
haven't. I haven't. No,
I have.
no.
Oh, I have definitely. Yeah. There's always that one guy that you just hope that he falls off the boat someday.
Yeah.
And you take him back and leave him at the walkway. And it's like jerk weed. I mean, seriously, you never had
Yeah.
one bad.
No,
Never had a bad client.
no.
Seriously? I had these two. I took two guys on Truman once, and we always see this talk. We have to talk about either number one or number two. So tonight we're gonna talk about number one. Okay. So number one, these two guys are like two old buddies, and I took them fishing up on Truman, and they would only go back to the back. And if nobody knows anything about bass boats, there's a back spot in the boat where there's like a lower tray where the water drains out of. And they would go back there and they get on their knees, and I thought, well, they're going to pee in the tray, right?
Okay.
But instead, they brought a little nursing pee cup thing, and they peed in it, and then poured it in a little splash tray, and then rinsed it out, and then that's how they did their day.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it was the weirdest thing ever.
That's
And they were kind of jerky jerk guys anyway, so not my thing. Which comes to the question. One of the earlier shows, Dion told a big poop story, which was hilarious, by the way. And we could go there again. So the big common question that I'm going to ask.
I've never.
I didn't ask
pooped
you
in the
pooped
boat.
offside of the boat. No. But
I've
somebody,
never.
we talked about him pooping offside of the boat and somebody pooping in his live well.
No.
He had a female angler pooping in his live well, right?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yes. Yeah. He said she had to go to the bathroom. He's like, well, just go. So she pooped in his live well. That was hilarious. Anyway. But that's not what I was going to ask you. What I was going to
Okay,
ask you
good.
is,
Yeah,
do you hold it all day or do you hang it off the back until
I'm
you turn
gonna
around?
hang it off the side,
Off the
so I
side.
can kind of hold on to what is this?
We have one
Hold
in the
on
wind
to
net tonight. yeah.
hold on to the steering wheel and kind of
Okay.
hang over to the side, and it's all
Grab the throttle and
good.
steering wheel and
Yeah, it's all good. If you
Okay.
go over on the other side, what you have to worry about are the hooks and stuff getting hung up in your pants and
yeah,
everything.
if it's
So,
a single console.
yeah,
Or
Go-
either
no,
or. I got
go
it. So
on the other
so it's boat side. That way.
yeah.
Also, it's pretty smart too because if you're riding as co-angler, guess what?
What?
If some of the pee gets down the side of the boat and you take off, you don't
Right.
hit the driver in the face.
Right.
You don't get pee in
Yeah,
the face.
sorry
so
about
that's
that.
even better. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Never thought about that. See, so remember that next
Nice.
time.
Yeah, no worries.
Yeah. Just had to ask. It's all good.
Yeah.
I mean, because
Yeah.
we're guys,
Yeah.
we can just
It's
kinda
a whole
pee
lot
anywhere.
easier.
Yeah. You ever think about, and
I
I'm
try
gonna,
not to. I try
I'm
to
gonna
think
keep-
more about
I'm
fishing
getting way in the
and
pee weeds here.
focus on that.
In the
you
pee
know,
weeds.
In the
Yeah.
pee weeds. That's when I get way
yeah.
off on a tangent, like away from fishing. You start thinking about it. If you think how many tournaments we have on the lake, how many anglers are out there, and how many people actually pee in the lake, how much does that affect the balance of the fishery if they're not running current water to change the fishery?
It doesn't.
Maybe
I don't know.
that's why you haven't been catching fish
No.
this week as much because too many
No.
people are peeing in the lake.
Could be.
Maybe that's it.
No.
Been following the wrong batch of people around.
But he
Bunch
could
of
be
beer
wrong,
swilling,
A high pressured area might be a high pH level.
bunch of beer swilling SOBs been
There-
leading me
that's-
down the bank.
Yeah.
Just a thought. You never know. You have good current, it's all good.
I thought those bubbles were somebody else's whopper plopper.
Fish farts.
I didn't realize,
Yeah.
realize
So
there's
did you-
people peeing in the lake
Did you
in front
flip?
of me.
Speaking of did you flip under walkways? Were you under shallow that way?
Some if we needed
Or-
to.
or in the wells?
Yes. Well, if you're going past a well and it's empty, you're gonna flip
See,
in
I'm,
there.
I'm
and
sliding and getting skinny. So we can
Yeah.
already break this down. They
I
fish
bet you,
just-
I bet you 90% of us behind a cable.
behind the cables, which means they fish
Yeah.
4 foot or less. They didn't fish deep water
Oh,
until
right,
until
yeah.
they pulled out the jerk
Right.
bait. Then they fished the corners of docks for Kentuckies.
No.
No
Yeah.
breakwaters.
No. Nope.
Really open water.
None of that.
That's
In the backs.
schooling,
Okay. In the
schooling
backs.
live scope type stuff really pans out.
Yeah. Use electronics a lot.
Some.
Some. Okay.
Some, but not. That was not the whole
Just
tournament.
yeah, for those listening all over the world, because they do. We've got some in Zimbabwe. They may be scammers, but they're on there. You know, this time of year, the water's finally gotten down a little colder here in central Missouri, and water temperature's probably is in the 60s. Yeah, or low 60s. Yeah. It's still unusually warm, but the jerkbait market kind of went crazy with electronics now because it's easier to see on the screen and catch. But it's not uncommon. You guys back in the 80s were doing it,
not
just
the whole
nobody talked
game.
about it, right?
Yep.
Old school. You want to comment on that? No?
Yeah, we used to do it with paper graphs, but same thing. But now you can see them out there. Now you don't have to get over the top of them, and they. I'm going to tell you right now. I practiced. I fished about every day for about 2 weeks before that tournament, just because I could. Didn't have nothing else going on, and so I fished a lot, and they won the tournament exactly like I knew it was going to be won. No doubt in my mind. Nobody was going to win that tournament off of the bank solely. It couldn't be done. There was a couple that got close. A couple of them got close. But for the most part, I think Justin McClellan caught them off the bank quite a bit. You guys probably didn't catch them all off the bank the first day, but he still had that in his pocket to where he could go catch 13 pounds. And that makes your day go so much easier. If you can get out there and catch a couple good ones on a top water and know, okay, if I just stick with it, I'm going to get 4 or 5 of those bites through the day. And that's the sad part about what that is. You get 5 bites doing that, and where you're throwing your bait for the most part, you're only supposed to land 2 or 3 of them. I mean, there's no way to land them all because you're always around a piece of brush or behind a cable, and you're throwing treble hooks and they get hung on the cables. They get hung
Fish
on
will
anything.
throw one.
Yeah, it just
Did you lose
your
some
odds
fish?
are.
I don't believe so.
Oh, you would remember.
And that's the
I don't
perfect.
believe
That
so.
makes for the perfect week.
Yeah.
If you can fish 2 flawless days, But the biggest thing of the whole their win, they had that spot where they could go and catch 13 pounds, and
Well,
and he knew that, and that makes his day go easier.
So let's talk about the spot, okay? Not specifically,
Uh-huh.
but
Gotcha.
we talk for months about where bass live, and you spend a lot of time in the water. You kind of get a feel for where those quality fish are residing, in your body of water on any lake. Did you guys go back and revisit those same areas each day, or did you fish clean new water each day?
We fished
In
new
other
water,
words, did those spots replenish themselves? Is what I'm getting at.
new water on Friday. Now
Mhm.
Friday was bright and sunny,
Mhm.
and we had you could visibly see the schools of shad. Just you didn't have to use your live scope. You could see they were all over on the surface, and so that was a lot of our target was targeting
Gotcha.
those schools of shad and getting that jerk bait down underneath those
Okay.
shad.
Simple enough,
So,
right?
Yeah,
Did you catch
it
any white
seems.
bass?
A couple.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Walleye?
Those are always no walleye.
Okay.
No walleye.
Just check to see how deep she was going. See, you get down past the
Oh,
white
shallow.
bass. That's where
Fairly,
the walleye are.
fairly shallow.
I'm gonna tell you right now, they're not hard. They're not that hard to find.
The walleye.
Those fish like
Oh,
that. I mean, there's a lot of those out there. The fact that they found some quality ones is something.
Mhm.
You know, there's, I found several different schools of fish out in the open that were, and I was fairly assured that's where it was going to be one was in the open. I thought somebody would probably really, really live scope the hell out of them, especially with some of these new young guys coming in. But Payton actually golfed with one of the new guys, the I can't think of his name, but anyways, one of the new guys, one of the super live scopers, and
Super live
Scoper.
scope.
and he said that the shad actually had it kind of confused. He couldn't distinguish enough difference between the schools of shad and the bass in them and stuff like that for him to actually target the right bass. And you could see that because when you got around the shad, there's lots of shad, lots and lots and lots of them. So that kind of hurt the live scopers, but I really figured somebody would figure out some of those areas that didn't have quite so many shad. But Lawson's good at it. He tried it quite a bit. Never did find the right ones. To what he felt like he should do it. I don't do it, but I look for that same fish. I spent a lot of time in the middle of those little pockets and coves and out in the centers of creeks and stuff around the shad and never quite figured out how to make them bite good, the better fish. But the whole time I was out there practicing, I thought, yep, I'm fixing to get beat right out here behind me, or basically where your boat was setting. A lot of times when you go around the fronts of those docks, that's where a lot of those better fish were at. And I tried to catch some of those big ones that were tired of chasing with those little ones and pulled to the front of a dock or something like that.
Gotcha. Well, you're early in the show. I'm going to switch gears. I'm done talking fishing right now. We're going to
Okay.
switch gears. We're not talking fishing anymore.
All
So
right.
she gets done with the
Okay.
tournament, and we have a true outdoorsman here also. What happened next? You went out and did a little deer hunting, correct? So I'm going to see if I can put this on the camera up front, see if you guys can see it. Here is, let me see here if I can. Because I didn't pull the photo up like I should have. Here we go. You guys, is it in there?
Yeah, you can
Is
see
that
it.
good? All right, closer. I didn't sleep. About there. That look good?
Yeah, you can see
Yeah.
it.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Denise. So you went hunting next, right?
I did. I
So
did.
let's hear about it.
Well, I'll start off with I do have some girlfriends that I fish with,
Yeah, and I cropped her out.
and
Sorry.
and I do also have I have one friend that I hunt with. Now I'll tell my age. I'm 54 years old, and I've never hunted, and I just never took the time to go and hunt. And so this year, can I go back and kind of tell
Yeah,
just a little?
absolutely. Hey.
This year has been a very good hunting season for me. I have my friend Marty Davis. I fish with her, but then I also became friends with her, and then she is a hunter and excellent, and her and I got to fishing together, and then we started talking about hunting, and I was like, I'd be willing to kind of, hey, let's try that, and so
Give it a shot.
give it a
No
shot,
pun
yeah,
intended.
right. So
Sorry.
I did go spring turkey hunting with Marty on Gemini's property, and I
You and
did.
your husband, not Gemini, like the
Gemini.
sign.
Jim
Gemini.
was there.
That's
Jim,
a new one, right?
Jim was there,
Team
and
Gemini. Get it?
I do.
Like, say, I'm a Sagittarius. No, I'm an Aries, but yeah, Gemini. Got it. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I did.
I didn't
I
read your
did
story.
get. It's
My
all right.
job.
I did get a turkey in the spring, and I. It was truly one of the most awesome experiences ever. It is so nature comes alive. It's phenomenal. out there hunting, and I'm like, I have missed it for so many years. And so, anyways, we then Marty does. She's done a lot of work on our property, putting up stands, and we ended up going out Saturday morning and had a wonderful time. And I got myself an 8 point
Nice.
buck the opening season. So it was incredible, and I would not, no doubt, I would not have been able to do it without the help of Marty, who definitely knew exactly, placement of our deer stand and all the safety that goes into being up, 15 foot up in the air on a
She had a
stand, and
PH.
incredible.
That's what it was.
It was what?
The term was called a PH,
A PH.
a professional hunter. Show you how to do it.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So you just took it all away.
Absolutely.
I'm not impressed anymore.
You're
Marty,
not.
we should have Marty on the show talk about deer hunting. 'Cause
Yes.
you just got on the stand
Absolutely.
and
Yep.
shot her deer.
Yep.
Like,
Yeah. So
my
it was
gosh.
so cool.
did you even field dress it?
I
Oh no!
no.
She
Is
probably
the show
helped.
No, did you?
Is the show canceled now?
Did Marty cut the deer heart out and have you take
Here's
a
what
bite?
she did. No, but that's funny. We talked about it.
First deer?
No. I was not going to do that. Anyways, she said the first one is a gimme. And so
Alright.
then after that, then I've got to do all of the,
Did you pull the
field
trigger?
dressing, and
I'm just asking. I thought,
you're really close to be,
Did she-
able to be saying that.
did she like draw down? She's like, okay,
No.
now let me
Play
sight him in for you.
play
Now
by
you just
play.
get over here and
Play
then
by
just, like,
play.
look through the hole. There he
Settle
is.
down. Stop shaking.
Squeeze.
Squeeze the trigger.
That's right.
Execute. All right, Denise. At
Execute.
this time, you're going to see the safe point come across the field. At that time,
Yeah,
you will look
turn
through
your
the
safety
eyeglass,
off.
You will push in the red button. and you
Open
will
up the
execute.
scope thing so
Are you
that
ready?
you can see through. Yeah.
Execute.
Execute.
That's-
Pow!
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 You did it!
Pow!
Let's go get some
I
pictures.
said, "Oh my goodness!" Yeah.
That's
He
exciting.
kind of
all right?
limped off, yeah, and then he fell
Dropped.
down. He
Gotcha.
dropped right. We could see him from the
So
stand.
see that took it
So-
all the way down. I was like, did you whistle
No,
stop him? Did you rattle? I was
no.
like, no, just Marty put me in the
It
perfect
was
place,
so
and I just
cool.
killed it.
Yep.
It's
I
all
said,
good.
"No,
Great. Well, hey, good job, Marty.
Everybody,
good job.
You're
every-
awesome.
everybody has to have their first time. Okay, so it
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah,
Deer hunting.
Deer hunting.
I
yes.
thought we were going down the gutter
No,
again.
no,
No.
no.
My
it
first
is
time in a deer
unfiltered, but
stand
we're not going to go there.
out at,
No.
out at the Gemini
Everybody's
Ranch.
everybody's got to have a little bit of help first time.
Do you have a heated deer stand?
No,
You got to get one and have old Gemini go out there. And,
I do.
no.
do you?
Jim
My deer
wasn't-
stand's fully
yeah.
heated,
Natural gas?
heated, air conditioned, the whole schmear. It's got on.
that.
It's on 4 tires,
Natural
4-wheel
gas.
drive. It goes
Natural
anywhere.
gas. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
natural
I
gas heated.
didn't get it, but I do
Yeah.
now.
Thank God you don't smoke in your
Right.
deer stand. Woof.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll leave a mark.
Mine's a traveling deer stand.
Traveling?
Yeah,
Oh, so you're a road hunter.
pickup
on a
sits right
trailer.
out here.
Oh my gosh!
No,
Here
no,
we go.
no.
Here we go. You don't go.
Yeah.
I'm an opportunistic hunter.
opportunistic.
Wherever that sunbuck shows up, that's where I kill him.
See, I have this huge problem because I'm not a deer hunter. I used to love to quail hunt. I grew up on a farm. Just never really got into it as a sport. And I told a guy today. I said, if I had to resort to eat meat, I have no problem killing a deer. I have no problem eating it. Just I don't sport hunt for deer.
Okay.
However, I've got this pine tree in the front of my house, and it's about 10 feet tall. And I trimmed it up high so I get my riding mower around it. And the biggest deer I think I've seen on my property, I have 10 acres, it's a little small area, but they have he has just wore it slick, and it's right out my bedroom window.
You could.
And I think I could, but there's this one house that's kind of close to the
Yeah.
berm, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking,
No.
I have to get him.
Safety first.
And then I thought, well, I can use a crossbow, right?
You
and
could.
then I thought, well, I don't have a medical
Yeah.
card, because I don't know if that's legal now, is it?
I think you can hunt with a crossbow now.
Can you hunt with one now? So
Yeah.
I have one,
Yeah.
but I've never shot it. And you know who gave it to me? Kevin Owen. And
I would
there's
definitely shoot
nothing-
it first.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing he has a tight sight on, because he can't hit nothing. So and you know what he told me? He's like, I'm going to give you this
Poor
crossbow
Kevin.
because I got it from this other guy, but I never can get it to shoot straight. And I'm thinking, and I said,
That's
did
always
you,
nice.
Did you tighten
Yeah.
the scope? Yeah.
I don't know.
But I could probably at that
That's something
range,
you should do.
I could probably just take it off and just eyeball it.
No, don't do that.
I mean, not the arrow, but
I don't know.
If,
Yeah.
if you want it killed bad enough, I'll help you.
Yeah, put it. Okay.
I'll give you the right equipment. Okay.
No, I've got equipment. I have guns. I mean, I'm not like
Yeah, I know, but
liberal
still,
anti-gun
you want one that
guy.
actually
I wanna
shoots
go
straight.
deer hunting,
You know,
yeah.
you don't want to shoot a crossbow that don't shoot straight.
We'll
Come
have
on,
to go.
dude.
We'll have to go shoot it and see how it is.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'd be glad to.
It says like Jiminy
Be
Cricket
glad
on the
to-
side. It's like bright pink and it's like a.
Oh, I thought we was talking about the deer. No,
I'm
I'm
kidding.
not.
No, I'm kidding. It's a crossbow.
No, I'll help
I'm
you.
Joking. It's
I'll
not
damn
kids'
sure help
show.
you kill
It's
the deer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that's not a
Will
problem.
you field dress it for me like Denise?
Well, sure.
Maybe we can call Marty. Marty could probably get it
Yeah,
for us.
she would. She would help.
Jeez. Are you here, Marty?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah, Marty's here. Making sure you don't screw up and say something that you shouldn't.
I would no.
All right.
I
Well,
had-
that took
I had a
all the
cou-
deer story away.
I know.
Have you seen any good deer, Dion?
Me? No, not yet. No,
Not yet.
Not
But
at
you
all.
said you've been out in the
One.
woods every day.
One. I've seen one, and my stepson's gonna kill it.
I think you're a doe basher too, though, aren't you?
I am.
Yep.
I am.
You take
Yeah.
all you
Or
can
most
get.
people,
Summer sauce.
you know, most
Yeah.
people don't eat them as much. We do.
Yeah.
We
Again,
between me and my sons and my ex-in-laws and everything, it takes about 30 a year.
Yep, I have.
And that seems like a lot, but it's not. It's a lot. We're a lot of people.
I had a very disturbing thing happen to me with deer meat, and that's what my problem is.
I don't want to hear about it.
Okay, I'm not.
Let's not even share it with the public, okay?
Well, I'm not. But
Because I'm still going to eat them.
I'm going to share this with the public, though, so
Okay.
everybody
Sure.
understands. Just
That's your
remember,
final-
when you take your deer to process and you do it in ground beef, or you grind it up, you never know if you're going to get your own deer or not because they mix them together.
I don't
So
know.
no matter
I
how
don't know
good
if
you take care of your game,
Sure.
I'm sure you're sure, right?
I cut mine up myself.
Right, but that's not
Yeah.
false, right?
Nope.
You know, you grind them, they grind them. You know,
No, I
so
don't.
sometimes you get one that may or may not be as
I don't
cared
know.
for
I
as
thought
well.
they marked them, and I think
Well, sure,
I
they
don't
mark
let-
until they
I
go
don't
into the
know.
grinder hopper.
I don't let nobody touch my stuff.
We're probably gonna have to find a deer processor and have them on there, and they'll probably won't tell the truth anyway.
Yeah.
yes, they
But no, they won't. If they grind up somebody's 3-day-old nasty deer, mix it with yours, they're gonna say, yeah, I did that.
Wow.
I put a little jalapeno cheese in there, take the flavor away. That's why they do
Wow.
that, right?
I don't.
I'm sure.
I don't know.
Well, we won't talk about my
This is
my
your-
little
this
issue
is
about
your
eating deer.
story.
I'm having mine mounted too, just because that's kind of cool.
Shoulder mount. You're gonna have a sneak
Shoulder
little left.
sneak.
Full-
What's that?
What?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just see all these deer
Marty-
all around it.
Marty from the
They
stand.
look to the left,
Yeah.
look to the right, or they like look
Oh,
down and to the
no.
left. It's kind of like a little
No.
sneak look.
No, look
A
straight.
lot of these are mine.
I
My
think-
dad's, my kids.
I think you should tell Gemini and Marty to do a full body mount. That's what we should do.
A full
a
body
deer,
mount.
yeah.
That takes
A
up a
whole-
lot of space.
No, no, no. That's
Yeah, it takes up a lot of
really-
space.
Cheer him in the background. You can pay for that.
Yeah.
He
No.
wasn't talking to me.
no.
No, you want it. I'm just encouraging you.
I
It's a
gotcha.
beautiful mount. And then when you're done with it, you can donate it to Bass Pro. And you can go into the store and say, that's my deer.
That's mine.
Yeah, it used to be, but I
Yeah.
donated it. Yeah.
So yeah,
How many animals you donated to
Yeah.
the Bass Pro? None?
To Bass Pro, none.
Yep.
Mine are all in here.
Yeah.
Most of mine are hanging in this
They are.
place.
There's some,
Yeah.
The big deer.
Yeah.
The little deer we auctioned off.
And by the way, mine's the biggest bass over there too.
Yep, yes, yeah.
Nice.
And
Hate
if
to say
guys,
that,
if you're ever in the Missouri area, you want to
Very
come
And
to
mine's
Brian
a,
Sausage
mine's a
Outdoors,
replica too. I turned it back, so it's fully alive,
I was
swimming
going
around.
for my own little shameless plug there, but you took it away. Shameless plug time.
shameless plug.
Yep. If you want to see a world champion's big fish and his beautiful deer mount, you can come to 716 North Main in
There you
Warren,
go.
Missouri. Osage Outdoors, Bryant's, and the new pizzeria inside, which
That's
has
right.
been fun. Yeah, I'm sorry, I
Pizza.
smell like onions and pizza and peppers, but
Yeah.
I'm making pizza today.
in Hiawatha.
I'm a little offensive. I'm getting there.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'm not done yet.
All right.
Did you know that we were nominated by Lake Choice Readers as the #1 tackle store at Lake of the Ozarks this year?
Really?
We were.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's not about how much tackle you have, it's how cool it is. And by the way, Denise works at another tackle store, and she can plug that later, but yeah, we beat you. So, not saying that. Yeah, I want to thank Lloyd Morgan at Hiawatha Beach Resort, 66-mile marker up at the Big Buffalo. He's always our
Little
only
Buffalo.
financial sponsor.
Okay.
So he's
Okay.
pretty good about
All
that.
right. Very nice.
But she's not here tonight, but wish she was. So, and then Denise is a guide. What you got? You want to talk about it?
yes.
Just let's go.
Yes.
Let her rip, tater chip.
I am not only I did retire. We haven't talked about that I'm
About like what you used to do?
I used to, yes, I'm a retired teacher from Camdenton, had 30 years of teaching, and guiding just kind of seemed like a great fit with the teaching element of it.
Back up.
Back up.
What did you teach?
I taught I taught 6th grade and 4th grade.
Subject? Like the whole thing?
The whole
Yeah, I
whole
forgot. It's been a
shebang.
long time been to school because
Yeah.
I'm only a year younger than you.
Right.
So, it's been a while.
So it was a great fit with being a teacher and then enjoying my hobby of fishing. And I I really truly, now that I'm retired, been retired 3 years now. So
Is it,
I
that's
guide.
it?
Yeah,
Man, you've been busy in 3 years.
busy.
Well, we've
Yes.
known each other for a while,
Yes.
but
Yes.
I guess
And
you
I
were working
guided.
then.
I guided also when I was teaching, but it's totally different now that I have a pretty much an open schedule to um, to guide, and I've had wonderful clients. It is a so rewarding to take someone who maybe needs help on casting to literally taking them, during the day to catching fish, numbers, large,
So you find yourself more of an instructional type of guide.
absolutely.
So you're not just go out there and
Yes.
get numbers of fish. You want to help them be a more successful fisherman,
Yeah,
or
just because
fisherwoman, or fisher person, or
fishing is a wonderful. It's wonderful in a sense that it doesn't matter your age, your your gender. It's just a hobby that you can enjoy at whatever age, and
everyone can be an angler.
everyone can be an angler. Absolutely. So
Gotcha.
it's
And Denise is very good at it.
I I- and I get just as excited as the clients do when they catch good fish, and it is it just seems like the perfect thing for me to do, at this point in my life, I guess.
And and you don't have to pat yourself on the back. And I'm not asking you to, but we at our store we only refer 4 or 5 anglers, and the customers that we have in the store, they're the ones who provide the feedback. They do.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
I can tell you guys right
Yeah.
now, if you ever come to Missouri, I have not heard a single bad word about Denise Dill ever and her quality of taking a trip. It's well worth every penny you spend. Jim, some days,
Aw.
as long as Denise tells him where to catch him.
Hey, you
But-
mentioned Jim.
But he's a
Go
he's a
ahead.
great crappie fisherman.
He is.
Yeah, but if you want the bass,
And-
you got to talk to Denise because she's the one that's cashing the big money.
And I will
So,
tell
yeah.
you, yeah.
I'm just
the-
kidding, Jim. Jim's an awesome fisherman
The
too.
reason why I became a guide was because my husband was a guide
Mhm.
prior to me becoming a guide. Blah blah. He would come home, and he would come home with pictures of his clients and have wonderful stories to tell, and was so excited about guiding that I was like, "What? This
want some of
sounds.
that."
I want
Yeah.
some of that."
Yeah.
And absolutely, that was and
Do you book more than he does?
no,
You sure?
no,
Let's change that. Let's start getting
No.
her booked up each full.
no, yeah.
Then you won't be able to beat everybody
So,
out at the other tournaments.
yeah.
She's too busy taking people on guide trips.
So like I said, he did. He inspired me to.
Well, I think we're all
to do
lucky here in
that.
Missouri to have you
Yeah.
and be a part of Lake of the Ozarks and the local fishing community, and it's really exciting to have you on the show because we just don't
Oh,
get the opportunity to have a class of a person like you on the show. And I just want to thank you for coming on.
Thank
It's
you.
been fun. My earlier days of 2000, and we talked about before, when I fished the same series type tournaments you did because they changed the names back then. But that was back when bass and gals were still a pretty prominent deal.
mhm.
And I'm going to tell you, I fished as a pro, and the girls fished as co-anglers, and I didn't realize that they were 10 times the caliber of angler I was, and they kind of like buffaloed me, and I got my ass handed to me on several occasions by bass and gals. So it's pretty cool. I mean, can't underestimate. An angler's an angler. I'm not going to turn it into a girl-boy thing, but we
Right.
are smarter than you. So I'm really amazed that you do what you do. So it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What do you
No
got for
comment.
shameless plug?
No comment on that.
Haven't you ever seen Anchorman?
Shameless plug.
Haven't you seen Anchorman?
Yes.
When
but
he says,
golly,
your
it's
brain's like a
been-
third of ours. It's just science. Just like
My mother,
we're smarter.
Oh,
my
goodness,
mother went to
yeah.
the
I'm kidding. Totally kidding.
went to practice with me for the Bassmasters Classic for 6 days one time, and I never caught a bigger stringer of bass than she did in the
Mhm.
6 days.
Yep.
And this is a woman that quit fishing 30 years ago, and so yeah,
And she's still very much into her outward appearance.
Absolutely.
Because you guys were all fishing, and I told Dion, I said, this would be a great time to have Stella on the show while you guys are all gone. Because I'm sure Stella will tell things about Dion that she wouldn't say because he's not here.
Right.
That she had a little piece of skin removed off her face. She was
That's
concerned
right.
about how she looked on camera,
Oh.
so that didn't happen. But we're going to get her on.
Yeah.
Back to the
You
shameless
really
plug.
did.
I'm not
Shameless
sure we
plug.
What do
I'm
you
not
got?
sure we want her on the show.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff she
It's
don't
going to
need
be like
to
a
spread.
3-episode
She
show.
doesn't need to
It's-
spread.
Yeah,
We're gonna have
a
like a
3
whole month
episodes. Oh, now
dedicated to
she's going to
Stella
be on
Hidden.
all month.
We should have her like
Oh,
4
that's
weeks
good.
in a row.
Yeah.
It'd
Yeah,
be great.
yeah.
So we didn't get back. Tell them how to get a hold of you to guide.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Well, it's okay.
I get off
Um,
task. a little
I
bit.
do have guide cards at the local tackle stores, and then through Facebook. Just message me on Facebook or give me a call at 314-226-3099.
Nice. D, what do you got?
I'm good. That's awesome. I'm tickled to death. I've known Jim and Denise for
shameless
a
plug time.
long time. Shameless plug. I don't have one.
Okay.
Really, who am I going to plug?
I don't know.
I got nobody to plug. I mean, really, and don't care. That's not an issue.
Speaking of having nobody to plug,
Unless we're talking about our wonderful studio here and all of our fans that
we had a
showed up
good turnout
tonight.
tonight. Yeah,
That's
it's awesome.
right.
We have some new people. We talked about off the air. I thought it was a little bit of trouble. We have Chief of Police here tonight undercover, and then he disclosed himself out to the public,
Yeah.
so it ruined all the fun. So thanks for him being here tonight. And we got a couple new guys. We got a new guy from California too, from California, the state,
Wow.
came to see the show. But that sounds really impressive. But he moved down here. So,
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but he did drive.
That did sound
That's
very
what caused him
impressive.
to move here.
Oh.
Because he knew we were doing this podcast. So
That's
he
probably
sold
it.
everything and came down here to watch the show. Right?
Probably
See,
it.
he told me that. Why he was eating my pizza this afternoon. It was being really nice, so it was even good. So sometimes you
good.
got to fake it till you make it.
That's right.
So
I mean, the pizza deal's turning into quite the deal.
kind of
It's
fun.
pretty
yeah.
awesome. Yeah.
Didn't know I was
It's
going to
like
be a pizza chef. but
You
it's
get to
been-
come here and eat and
Yeah, so we're
drink and
as
talk
we
and-
grow, we're going to do pizza and a podcast. Hopefully get our liquor license in here real soon, and nobody can bring in a free beer anymore. I'm going to make you pay for it. That's going to be even better. Then I'm going to be we'll be making bank. Then we'll be sharing our beer money at the end of the podcast.
I never thought I'd be able to do that in my life.
Awesome, right?
Share beer money over a podcast.
Yeah. The
That's awesome.
Yeah. Pizza and the podcast. I think it's a great little marketing tool.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It could be. I hope so.
You
I'm
got
excited.
anything else?
Shameless.
You didn't have anything.
Oh,
Didn't
I
have
really
anything?
no. I'm pretty
Hey, you know
shameless
what?
all
It
the
just,
time.
if everybody thinks he's like gangly and like overly woolly,
He's not.
kind of cool. No, he is. And here's the why, though. It's really kind of cool. Dion every year does his public service work and dresses up as Old Saint Nick. So that's kinda
fun.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep, you do that.
That's very.
You
I
go.
had no
You go to
idea.
elementary school.
I do it for my wife's the school and Gravois special needs.
Yep.
Go in. There's about 70 kids, and that's what I do. So I hair up this time of the year and look like a woolly monster and go in and
He was hoping for Christmas soon because he said when he's
there's-
learning in the boat, it's flipping up and getting up in his nose holes.
it's
Oh,
getting
yeah,
pretty,
make
it's
it
getting pretty
tickle.
tall now.
So
I'm
it's
gonna have to
gonna
get
be
some
bad.
sort of
Yeah.
goggles to keep it
Yeah.
out of my
Yeah.
eyes. But
Get one
anyways,
of these AFCO reefers, and you
There
can
you
kind
go.
of tuck it.
It's-
Shameless
Tuck
plug.
it. It
there's
works.
there's a lot of
It's allowed.
there's a
now.
lot of
We're in that
I
zone.
know. I
there's
know.
a lot of joys in my life that I have, and there's no bigger joy than I have than to have one of those little kids crawl up on my lap and say, "That's not real,"
Mhm.
and I'm like, "Well, pull on it," and they
Oh,
reach
that's
up,
fun.
and when they pull on your beard and they can't pull it off, it freaks them out
Oh, sure.
completely. They're like,
Oh, yeah.
"Holy crap! I just went on the bad list," and I don't refrain from telling them that. Yeah, you could
he
have just
does
went
look
on the naughty
heavily in
list
you.
right there.
He's got the Santa Claus kind of twang to him because he's like,
Oh, I can fake it pretty
Yeah.
good. I mean,
he's
it's
got he gets his readers out. He's got little
That's
round
right.
readers, and
Perfect.
little
That's
white
cute.
gloves.
he starts to
Very
show his
good.
age.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's kind of cool. Yeah.
I might do that one show. One of the Wednesday night, I might just show up as Santa Claus.
Ooh, this next one.
Well, not,
But
not the
Closer to
next
special.
one.
No,
That's
closer to
Thanksgiving.
Christmas, yes.
Yeah.
Because next week I have. Guess what?
Who?
The female train does not stop with you. We have another female guest on next week for our special Thanksgiving
right.
issue. Yes, right. It's
That's
very good.
That's a little scary.
We're going to bring on
That's a
Amy
little
Hibden
scary.
next week for our Thanksgiving
scary.
special. And you know what? You know what she said? I said,
What?
I'm going to have you on the show, guy, because I want to, because you know how crude I am now. I can't wait to
No,
dive
I
into
had no
Dion's
idea.
personal life.
Oh,
You know, from her perspective. It's going to be like totally awesome. And you know what she said? She called me. She's like,
Be careful what you ask for.
she said, I finally figured out. She goes, I want to come on the day before Thanksgiving. I said, really, why? She goes, because that way I get to tell him all the things he's thankful for.
oh,
And I'm like, oh, this is going to
I
be,
love it.
if she's
There-
starting that
That's
one up,
good.
Now, I'm
this
just
is going
gonna-
to be good.
I'm
This is
just
gonna
going
be
to
a
tell you.
double team. It's
I'm
gonna be
just going to
great.
tell you one thing. Me and my wife crossed some boundaries last year for about a month out of my life. Okay, so
That's right.
so yeah,
And we'll
we've
talk about that too.
we've had some stuff happen. So
Yeah.
so yeah, she's gonna. She knows things about me that most people should not. So
Hey, you know what? If when you get to the latter years of your life, which you're not, but you know they always talk about it. If you should be able to wipe your spouse's butt. You know when it gets to the point you
Yeah.
need to. You know, she just did it a little bit earlier.
she
That's
just
all.
had to at a younger age.
Yeah, it's
you know.
okay. Yeah. Which I saved a picture of you right after
Oh,
you got out of the
great.
hospital. We
He's
can
got
post
pictures.
that next week if you want.
Nice. Yeah.
I thought he looked great.
great.
He kind
Yeah.
of looked like his mom.
Yeah.
Shaved. Have you ever seen him shaved? I have a photo. I have video.
I don't think I have.
Yeah, he came down. I think you've been out of the hospital. What about 2 days?
I don't know.
3 days, something like that. And he came. I'm not joking. He came into the store. We had a fast club meeting, about 100 people here, and the man could barely walk. He had just got out of the. I mean, he'd been in the hospital for 30 some days. He said, "I got to get out and do what I do best." And I said, "What's that?" He said, "Rub my mouth." So he wanted to come and speak to the guys. He came out there, but he had shaved his face when he was in the hospital completely, and he
Oh,
had just a little stubble, and he's looked so cute.
Looked like about a 13-year-old
He
boy.
looked cute, yeah.
Yeah.
So I saved the video. I had to. It was awesome.
Yeah, of course
Because
you
his
did.
wife was texting me. She's like, is he doing all right? Is he doing okay? Is he staying? And I said, here, I got a video. Send it over. He's sitting in the chair, just having a chat with everybody. It's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So we'll dive into that. Not a lot. Who wants to talk about that?
I know. Not
Yeah.
me.
I mostly want to talk about, like, how bad of a finicky eater are you at home? What's his special needs he has to have? Are you a 2-cookie and a milk before you go to bed? I
I'm
gotta
not
have
scared
3
of that.
meatballs on top of my
That
spaghetti.
doesn't bother me there.
Yeah, we'll get there because he's.
It's the other inappropriate stuff that I'm afraid
I
of.
won't
but-
go down that road.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure you will.
I'm sure you will.
I
There's-
didn't with Denise.
a lot
We
of
just talking
people-
about how she
Yeah, you
peed.
would
That's
be
all.
nice.
She brought in a whole crew of people, though. She's got a posse with her.
That's
Yep.
right.
That's right.
Oh, that's Team Gemini.
And she knows that with the way you treat me up here, I'm not going to defend you.
That's true.
If things go south, they're going to attack you. You know,
Very, very true.
that's
yeah.
why you invited the chief of police right here.
That's right.
That's right.
Yep.
See, you know how I roll now. See?
And I hate to tell you, but he might watch for a little
Yeah,
while.
I know. Yeah, he'll wait until I'm down and like almost done. He's like, "Yeah, let me step in here." He's not, he's not blue. So,
No, that's a cool thing. We enjoy each other and having a good time
That's
here
what
on the
Unfiltered's all
show,
about.
and that's why we only have certain people on here.
That's right. We're very selective.
That's right.
We only have the best.
We are
So
only
with
going to have
that-
people
with-
we're going to have a good time
That
with.
being said, Denise, thank you so
It's
much for being on the
quite-
show. We
yes,
really appreciate you coming.
Thank you.
And Jim, I'm sure we'll have you on again because you're not done with your steps in your career. You're just getting started. And we're going to have you on again and say, wow, you did it again, or you did this again. And we'll
Well,
have a
thank
chat
you.
about it.
Hopefully
That'd be
that's
cool.
the case.
And if you guys are in Missouri, come check it out. As always, as it gets colder, I'm going to throw in a tip of the week. It's time for you all to pack an extra set of clothes. If you don't, in your boat,
Good idea.
take a towel, take an extra set of clothes, because if you get wet, you fall in and it's cold, and you're by yourself, it'd be nice if you got yourself safe and warm. And so prepare ahead if you're going to go out there and fish alone. I prefer that you don't fish by yourself this time of year, because as it gets colder, it's rough. So do that.
Keep your life jacket on.
Keep your life jacket
Keep your
on.
life
Yep.
jacket on.
And even
130
though, and I'm guilty,
hundred-
While you're fishing.
I
Hundred-
hate doing that.
$138 for an inflatable life jacket.
Yep.
I know I bought a new one just the other day, and it's.
You get so used to it being part
Yeah.
of your layers of
Yep.
clothes that you have on that
You don't even think
just
about it.
leave it on.
And if guys are like really love the bass talk, I'm sorry, we're probably gonna start shifting gears. We're gonna talk about a little fall crappie fishing a little bit,
Crappie, yeah.
because it should be getting good. 'Cause it's been a horrible year, so it's got to be getting better. This is
it's
my last
on.
poke at Dion.
It's
The other
on.
day he's like, we're going meat hunting. And I said, you are? And he said, yep. And so I said, bring me back some crappie. So he called. He's like, hey, I got your crappie. That's how he said it. I got your crappie. And I
Yeah.
said, well, do I need to come to your house? You can buy the store. He's like, no, I got crappie. He caught one crappie. One. And I didn't feel so bad because this was the year I told my girlfriend, I said, I am filling the freezer. Fill in the freezer. and I went out and like
It's still
fished
early.
hard. No, I mean this was in spring
Okay.
because the
Okay.
spawn was ridiculously bad. Don't you
Okay.
agree? But we all missed it basically. Like I've had like 3 bags. I have like 15 fillets. That's it. That's my year. So I got to get busy.
Yeah.
It's time. But I
It's-
like it. I like fishing when it's colder because the meat's
It's
firmer.
fix-
and
it's happening.
better. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about
It's
time.
fixing to happen.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
happening a little bit now, and it's
Yep.
going to get better and
It's
So
better.
I've got
better
some.
and
I've got
better.
some crappie guys lined up. I've got a couple of actually I have a tackle manufacturer I like to bring on, and he doesn't know it yet, but there's a greenskeeper for the Kansas City Chiefs ties crappie jigs, and we started selling his jigs, and he's kind of a colorful guy. It's kind of neat, and it was interesting because his buddy comes down and brings jigs to me. I've never met the guy that owns the jig company, but his buddy is also another greenskeeper for the Chiefs. So he came down and I said, "Hey, this 2 weeks ago." I said, "Did you see that? I mean, were you able? Because you guys are on the grounds. Did you see the block kick?" And he's like, "Yeah." He said, "Greenskeepers have pulled the nets up too. For the kicks.
Oh, sure.
The groundskeepers, not greenskeeper, groundskeepers.
Grounds.
They're also the guys that pull the nets up for the kick." And he's like,
I didn't know that.
"Yeah," and he goes, "I was on the good end when I saw it. And the buddy was on the other end. He didn't get to see it. So, we got to see the cool kick. But kind of interesting story. Not to
Yeah.
get to the Chiefs, but
Yeah.
it's kind of neat. So he hand ties jigs, and they're super cool. And I'd like to have him on because I think they're cool. And that's a shameless plug too. But it's Wicked Jigs. Kind of cool. So, and his name is can't remember. There's the Wicked. It's like Wycliffe or something like that.
Okay.
Sorry. If you're watching, I apologize, but we'll get that to next time. But Amy's going to be on next week. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the
Yep.
bourbon out for that one.
There you go.
Then we'll be glazed over and have a good old time. So from all of us here at Real Unfiltered
Very
Talk, I
good.
want to thank you for watching.
Thank
You
you.
guys be careful, and we'll see you next week. Same time, Wednesday at 6. Thanks for watching us.